Chapter 30. You had to know it would come out. Yes, I knew. Under his breath, Virago whispered something unintelligible. Excuse me, Digger said. I didn't catch that. I said, I'm not an idiot. No one thinks you're an idiot. I'm just wondering why you didn't tell me when we first spoke. It is an error of omission. I haven't lied about anything. That remains an open question, Digger said. Virago's lips pursed, marred his good looks. He had a good head of curly hair and regular features with eyes that were constantly in motion, scanning the small interview room up at the ceiling, then down at the table. He sneaked a quick glance at Decker and then another at the tape recorder, until his eyes rested on his clasped hands. He wore a white shirt, a brown corduroy jacket with patched pockets, and dark brown pants. Very professional, even down to the sneakers on his feet, he said. I knew you'd think the worst. I needed time to reflect before I said anything. You've been reflecting for 5 days. Decker leaned over the table. They were sitting in one of the 2 interview rooms at the station house. What have you come up with? His eye met Decker's. If you want to nose into my affairs, I will answer your questions. That's good, because I'm going to ask you questions. I'm investigating a murder. So why don't you stop stalling? Start at the beginning. The beginning of the affair? Yes, how did it start? A deep sigh. It was the biggest mistake of my life. Virago's emails to Belfort sounded anything but regretful. In fact, they suggested that he wanted more and more often. He was slow to get the initial words out, but once he started talking, he laid out their relationship with a bantam cockstrut, adding more detail than was necessary. Deck already knew the dates and times from Belfort's communications, but he wanted to hear Virago's story to see if his times and dates roughly matched. According to him, their final breakup date was a week before Belfort's death. You didn't see her after that. Of course I saw her. She worked down the hall from me. But our communication of that was strictly professional. Decker said, we have phone calls between the two of you the afternoon before she died. If you say so. It's not what I say. It's what her phone records say. Virago suddenly looked defeated. I did not kill her. We're not talking about that right now, Aldo. Decker leaned forward. You called her the afternoon before she died 3 times. What did you two talk about? Nothing important. Let me be the judge of that. Do you want to tell me now, or do you need another 5 days to think about it? It wasn't personal, it was professional. She had been complaining to me about Theo Rosa as usual. If you read her emails, you must know how she feels about him. So you called her up to hear her complain. No. We were talking in her office, and it was the day before she died. Check with her secretary if you don't believe me. I will, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about phone calls on the day she died. Why did you call her up? Okay, he took a deep breath and let it out slowly. I'll explain. We're on quite a lot of thesis committees together. Our faculty is small, and our students rotate the same 10 professors. I paused. I had some questions about the logic in one of the student papers. Which student? Melon Euler. Naturally, she launched into a diatribe about Rosa, claiming that Melon was having a very hard time with him because he's a misogynist, which has some truth to it, but I just kept my mouth shut and let her talk. You called her 3 times. Okay. Virago picked up a glass of water and drank half of it. After she had done some initial ranting about Rosa, I mentioned a problem with Melon's line of thought that should be addressed, something that potential Rosa could take issue with when Melon defended. Katrina appreciated my heads up. Normally it isn't correct protocol to warn a student ahead of time, but I thought that Melon deserved a little help. Rosa is hard on her. That explained one phone call. 2 more to go, Aldo. Right, about a minute or 2 later, I called her back. I asked if she'd like to meet with me so we could talk about Melon's issue in person. She said no. She understood my concern. She thanked me and we hung up. That brings it up to 2 calls. The 3rd call was a mistake. I missed a call at my desk and thought it might be her, that she had changed her mind about talking in person, but she claimed it wasn't she who had called me. The call lasted 15 seconds, but by your admission there was no calls beyond that afternoon. It doesn't mean you didn't go over there. I didn't kill her. We're still not up to that part yet. Why on earth would I kill her? Do you want me to answer that? My wife already knew. That might have been the truth. Katrina had intimated in her emails that the wife did know. Decker said, how did she take it? Olivia is a mature woman. We Europeans have a different concept of affairs. If Olivia had such a mature attitude, why try to hide in the first place? And I read the emails also, Aldo. You two were sneaking around her all the time. There's no need to throw things in her face. He looked down. Olivia and I were both have experimented from time to time. The professor wouldn't make eye contact. Decker knew he was telling half-truth. This wasn't just an experiment, Aldo. By the depths of your letter, it was clear you were obsessed with Katrina Belfort. The sex was good, I will admit, but there was always others. This brings us back to my first question. Why didn't you tell me about the affair the first time I spoke to you? If you have such a casual attitude towards Tyrus. I wasn't worried about Olivia. I was worried that what you would think. And by those questions, I see that my fears have been borne out. It's a small town with a small police department. People jump to conclusions. It's not jumping to conclusions, it's reality. You and Katrina were having sex. No response. Jacob kept his face flat. Let's go over 3 phone calls again. That's not so serious. Either arrest me or let me go. I thought you were going to answer all my questions. Arrest me or let me go. There was only one person in the room who dictated the term of the interview. Fine. Jacob stood up and took out a set of handcuffs. Stand up, please, Aldo, to Fraga. You're under the arrest for the murder of... Wait. His face had gone pale. You can't be serious. You gave me the ultimatum. I have no trouble arresting you. On what basis? You don't really want me to answer that. What do you want from me? Jacob pointed at Sharon. They both sat down. He said, Aldo, you could have emailed Katrina any question you had about Malin, but you chose to call her. No, I couldn't email Katrina. I was already compromised by telling her my concerns. I didn't care. I didn't dare put it in writing. It's not the usual protocol to give feedback before a student depends, unless it's your student, and Malin wasn't my student. Jacob looked up from the notepad, or perhaps you were hoping to curry favour with Katrina by helping Malin. I was doing something nice for Katrina and for Malin. I didn't expect anything back, and it was the reason why I suggested Katrina and me in person. I didn't want to discuss this at length over the phone. I don't believe that anyone was listening in, but I thought it was more prudent to talk face to face. I can't believe your first phone call. I can even believe the second one. I'm having a hard time with the third. That you just thought you had a missed call from her. Farah, if you don't look down. Aldo, this is a murder investigation. I'm sensing that you don't believe the gravity of the situation. Just tell the truth. I just called her to ask her to reconsider meeting in person. I told her to bring Malin if she thought my intentions were less than honourable. Okay, Jacob smiled. That makes more sense. See how easy that was? Farrago was silent. Jacob said Katrina still refused. Yes, I didn't call her. After that, I certainly didn't meet with her. It was my last interaction with her. He whispered, but I'm glad I was nice. Jacob regarded the man, played the conversation in his head. He was inclined to believe him so far. Tell me about the night she died, where you were and what you were doing. I told you I was home the entire time. My wife can vouch for that. She vouches for you. You vouch for her. I have no way of knowing if either of you is telling the truth. For all I know, Olivia could have gone over there and had it out with Katrina Belford. That is completely ridiculous. Not from where I'm sitting. I can see her having a heated conversation with the ex-lover and things escalating to the point of disaster. She murders her and then calls you up asking for help to cart her up the mountain. Jacob and there might just be a late phone call from your wife on the night that Katrina died. You might even check your cell phone. Praga blanched. You haven't invaded my privacy, not. Do you want to clear yourself or not? Praga looked at his ceiling sheet. Jacob leaned back and paused, then he spoke gently. What's wrong, Ada? Tell me. Get it off your chest. You'll feel lighter. I did not kill her. And your wife? No, of course not. And yet you do not want me to see your phone calls. Farrago took out his phone and gave it to him. After scrolling through to find the date, Jacob stopped when he reached your number. You called your house at 11:15 the night Katrina died. What was that about? I told Oliver I was working late. You talked for 20 minutes. Telling your spouse you're working late is a 2-minute call. Silence. Jacob waited him out. Praga, we had words about... She thought I was with Katrina, and I wasn't. I was in my office working. When Decker didn't respond, Praga said, I do work. I don't suppose that there's anyone out there who saw you in your office. What do you think? So now Olivia can't alibi you, even though she did. You both lied. This is a problem. I love Katrina. I don't doubt that, Aldo, but lots of women are murdered by people who love them. I didn't. He slapped his forehead, and then he talked with animation. Dr. Zhao, she has the office right next to mine. She was in her office that night. It must have been close to 1. She saw you at 1 in the morning in your office? No, she didn't see me, but I could certainly hear her. It was her voice. I remember her being surprised because I thought she was still away at the Preston conference. She was having words with the man, and it got loud. I was concerned. I knocked on the door, which was locked, and asked if everything was okay. And she said she was fine. She apologized for the disturbance. After that, I went back to my work and came home around 2:30. When I got into bed, Olivia stirred and glanced at the clock. She will tell you that. When Decker didn't answer, Farah said, I swear that is the truth. Are you willing to swear on a polygraph? Farrago made a face. Is that really necessary? It isn't admissible in court, but I suppose you know that. It helps us rule out people sometimes, and if you're telling the truth, you shouldn't have any objections. I don't have any objections, he paused. I like this to be done as discreetly as possible. I'll be discreet as long as you show up. So it's a go. Yes, Farrago was resigned. When would this be? The polygraph. I could probably set something up tomorrow. That soon? Why? Do you need to reflect again? Farrago's face had a pained expression. What time? Let me call the examiner to let you know. No, leave now? Decker didn't answer and said, so she never opened the door, Dr. Shao. No, under the circumstances, I wish she would have. Just ask her. You said she was arguing with a man? Yes. Did you hear any of the contents of the argument? No, I wasn't eavesdropping, but when it got very loud, I became concerned. No words at all. Let me think. He said something about a thesis, I believe. Maybe Katrina's name came up. Are you saying that for my benefit to deflect suspicion onto someone else? You asked me. Yes, I did. So you heard Dr. Xiao arguing with the man? Yes. Any idea who the man was? No. But you're sure you heard Dr. Xiao's voice? She answered me when I asked if everything was okay. I assumed it was her. Who else would be in her office? Did she get helped in her arguments? Not often. Occasionally. I've heard a voice get louder now and then. I'm sure I get loud now and then. Any idea who she has argued with in the past? Farragut shrugged. If I knew, I don't remember now, Decker said. How did she get along with Rosa? Why don't you ask her that question? I will, but right now I'm asking you. You said that Rosa was a misogynist, so I was wondering about his relationship with Dr. Zhao. Katrina said Rosa was a misogynist. I did not. But you said there was some truth in it. Farragut was getting exacerbated. So far as I knew, Zhao and Rosa got along fine. Their duties were quite different. There wasn't much academic competition. What are Zhao's duties? She's the dean of residency and student life at Nula. Does she have tenure? Of course. I know she's in the math department. Does she still teach or publish? I think her publishing days are behind her. She still goes to conferences. She likes to keep current, but she doesn't care about publishing. She's a full professor. She's been with the school longer than Rosa, Decker said, and you have no idea who she might have been arguing with? No. And you sure she wasn't arguing with Rosa? I'm not positive, but it didn't sound like his voice. Did the voice sound familiar? For I gave that question some thought. If I had to guess, and it is a guess, I'd say she was arguing with a student. A student? There was a mention of a thesis, and it didn't sound like she was talking to a faculty member. She was really dressing him down. Only a student would take that without storming out. Which student would she be talking to? It could have been anyone in the college. More likely it was probably one of her RAs who messed up. You think it was an RA? I don't know for certain, but probably. How many male RAs does she supervise? I don't know offhand, maybe 10. Was she particularly close to any of them? I don't know. Why would I know? Well, you know more than I do, Docker said. Take a guess. Farag said Lynn had a couple of graduate students who work as RAs, Scott Sumter and Alistair Dixon. Decker perked up at Dixon's name. He was the graduate student who had first recognized Eli from the post-mortem photo. He was anxious to help with Decker and McAdams. First started investigating Eli's death, and you didn't recognize the voice as belonging to either of them. Maybe Alistair, although I'm not sure. Both of them are bright boys, but no geniuses. Otherwise, why would they be here for graduate school instead of Princeton or Berkeley? Elijah Wolfe was here. That's because his parents refused to let him go anywhere else. Probably the first true statement that came out of Farraga's mouth. Decker handed him back his phone and said, I'll set up the polygraph. You're free to go, but stick close to Greenberry. After Farraga left, Decker took out his cell and called McAdams. How's the studying coming? Do you need me? I'm dying to take a break. It's been 3 straight hours. Tell me again why Professor Sal returned early to Greenberry. Migraine. That part seems to be true. I talked to several people at the conference who said that Sal had been complaining of awful headaches the entire time. What time did she arrive in Greenberry? Around 9 in the evening. What did she do when she got in? She said she went home and straight to bed. Really? Decker recapped his conversation with Farraga. So she was lying. Or Farraga is lying. We already know he lies. I'm withholding judgment on Sal until proven guilty. You're going to talk to her, right? Yes, I am. Do you want to come? I thought you never